Hi. So can you just listen if this is too loud or too little, but you have to click on the link first now.
Okay. All right.
Can you see me?
Yeah. I see you.
Okay.
Ren Yuan, the third method if you want more.
Hold on, I need to
You
put you on
are
mute here.
within Qi,
So you're not
and
delay.
Qi
Okay.
is within you. Adjust the body.
I can hear you, so you need to tell me over FaceTime.
The whole body
Is it too loud?
and upright. Feet apart at shoulder width. Stand in a natural posture. Arms hanging naturally.
You know, because I can, it's
Look straight
I have my speakers
forward.
down pretty low, I think.
Draw the vision slowly
I
down.
mean, I think it's okay because my
Close the
speakers
eyes gently.
are adjustable, so it's hard to tell.
Okay, so when I speak
let's
now,
go on my iPad
hold
and see what
on,
it sounds like.
hold on, just be quiet for a moment and compare it to my voice when I keep talking. Test.
Body.
Can you hear my voice speaking in between?
Keep relaxing.
Let's see, can you hear my voice speaking
Adjust
in between?
the mind and build the Qi field.
Right, there's a little bit of delay.
Inside
I'm
the
getting
body.
if I keep talking in my own voice.
Feel
Is it a bit too loud?
emptiness and spaciousness within. Expand this awareness out, becoming one with the universe. Draw the awareness back to the body, calm and peaceful.
Okay.
Open to the
talk
universe with reverence and utmost energy.
Okay. I don't want to talk over the CD,
Let
but
the bright
now my voice is kind of the
the
same
heart
thing. Okay.
with compassion and love. Feel relaxed,
I've turned it a bit down.
free and joyful. Qi is flowing harmoniously and smoothly. Shin Fa, Shen, being calm.
I can hear that fine.
Okay, perfect. Love you, thank you. Hi everybody. Some technical adjustments. Hang up now. Good morning and good afternoon. I'm so happy to be with you again today. Since I cannot cut away anything from the beginning, I'm sorry for a little few things of the technical adjustments. I just have recorded a little surprise for all of you. And we will practice with this little surprise today, and I just needed to make sure that it's not too loud or too silent. There's a lot of plans going on in my head for supporting Ren Yuan and the development of Ren Yuan. And so there will be a few changes coming. Changes like the last change, you know, from the little less quality format for the online class. Those changes will be positive changes, so no need to fret or fear. Change is something absolutely positive if we make sure that we use self-control and self-autonomy and wisdom and self-awareness to, so if we make sure with those four aspects that those changes are following the laws and of the universe and human health, and therefore we can be looking forward to those changes. So I have received a beautiful email, and I would like to answer or read this first. Write, answer, read. Read it first so I can then answer it. The email is from Hugo. Maybe some of you have gotten to know him and met him on the last retreat in April in the States. Hugo is from Argentina. And as I understand, this is also where he lives. So we have someone in Argentina participating in our web class. Dear Andrea, I wanted to let you know that I'm enjoying very much your web classes. The last one was excellent. We practiced a lot and I felt strong chi in my body. If it is possible, I would like to have at least 1 hour practice in each class. For sure, you will decide on it. Abundant chi and love, Hugo. So Hugo, thank you very much for your lovely little note. And also thank you so much for your respect that you're paying me, that I'm allowed to decide what I am doing in my web class. This is actually a very good moment or a very good opportunity for me to talk about this for a little bit, because I know that this is information in the chi field. Last week, when I have received this email last week, but then I was already building the chi field for this class for Shen E, and Shen ET. And I have also received some questions to that. So I managed to take care of this week because I wanted to take care of the actual theme or the information that Hugo portrayed in in the email since quite a while. My issue is the issue of time and its limitations. To tell you the truth, my preferred way would be to teach you every day a class. When we work on life in a totality, or using the totality, and when we work on life trying to make our life better according to the total reality of human life and the universe, there is quite a bit of work involved. The work on Qi is very, a lot. So there's a lot of effort to be done on the work on Qi, and there's a lot of effort to be done and necessary on the work on the consciousness, especially on the patterns of the consciousness. So for both things we need one part especially from Qi. So for the work on Qi and for the work on consciousness, we do both need the work with information. So what do we need to be able to change the information in the Qi? And what do we need for being able to change and replacing the non-beneficial, damaging and life-disturbing patterns of the consciousness into healthy, life-benefiting patterns of the consciousness? We need food for thought. We need replacement information. So last week was very funny. I got this beautiful email, and then I got one email and a person coming up to me who is participating in both classes, in my live class online here, and in my local class in here, as in my village here, or a little bit further. I teach a village over because there the school has some space for me, a room. So I heard 3 times information or answers, or how do you call it, incentives about this theme of today, and it is the theme of how those web classes are happening. And these persons both said, I really, really love those classes when you take time to explain us some things, and when you work with information, and when you give us Denkanstöße, food for thought, because this is really what I need, because practicing, I can practice by myself. And even so I love practicing with you in the class, I really love receiving these kinds of informations. So that happened twice last week, and the email that I just read to you happened last week. And I just had to laugh when all of this came to me. And I was thinking, this is so funny, because I am pretty sure that you may be thinking along those lines too. So the beautiful thing about teaching an online class is that a lot of people can participate, and more than the half is not participating live. So they look, or how do you say, they watch the class sometime during the week, and a lot of you are actually watching the class twice, or even 3 times a week. And I'm so very happy to support you this way. And I'm also so very grateful because you are supporting me and my life with this, because I can kind of sustain my life only teaching Ren Shui, which frees me up to have more time for the Qi field, which frees me up to deliver better quality in my teaching because I can work more on myself and therefore support you in a better way. It also means that it is sustainable to hold a weekly class. I have way more work than simply the 1.5 hours I'm teaching with here, but it's all good. It is more than sustainable right now. So I always have to make the decision. Hold on, I lost track a little bit. I'm gonna come back to where I wanted to go. So what it means is there are several people, a lot of people, different people. And we different people have different opinions and different likes and different preferences. And this is the beauty of life. We all are so different. To a high degree, therefore, or to a high degree, we are not different, we are similar, because we are all bound to the laws of human health, of human life. Meaning, we are bound to the laws of the universe. I am bound to the laws of total reality and the universe and human health within my role as a teacher. Within my role as a teacher in Ren Shui. And I take this role very seriously. And I can teach this role, or I can teach only to the best of my abilities. Therefore, I have to direct my abilities or the way I teach first and foremost so that my teaching follows the Tao, follows the laws of the universe. And I understand Qi on the level that I understand. And Qi is 3 things. Qi is simply one Chinese word that we use because we have no equivalent word in English or German, so we use Qi. Qi is 3 things. It is information, it is energy, and it is material. Everything is Qi, and especially you are Qi. Your Shen Qi is consistent of information, energy, and material, very fine material, very refined material. Your body is also consistent of information, energy, and material. And why I'm repeating this is because it's important to realize every day, every moment, that the information that is in the energy and the material determines the overall quality of the Qi. It determines the quality of your material, of your cells, of your systems, of your body parts. Yes, Qi is important in its amount and in its flow, and also in the quality. So I am trying to hold my web classes so that I kind of try to hold a balance But I do have to say that only turning on a CD and practicing, or only practicing with you, would be not going with my individual laws, my individual Tao, and also is very limited when we want to go with the universal laws, all of the all over laws. When we all together take care of the information in the chi field in which we practice, the information is doing or is responsible to a very high degree to what the chi will be doing. And the information that I put into the chi field, to a very big degree, or to a very big part, this is happening as I am speaking with you or to you here in class. I am constantly drawing in chi as I talk, but also I am giving in information into the chi field as I talk, as I speak. And the information is actually a big part of why a lot of you like my chi field so much, or feel a lot of chi, or feel are able to go into a very deep state, or into a deeper state than usually throughout your day. Because when the information about the universal laws and human health is present, it means that it can cause effects. And because I'm trying to take care that those causes are going with the laws of the universe, it causes healthy effects, according to the Tao. So I understand that you would like to use this time for practice as well, and it is a very important part, because, you know, practicing together with more people, yes, as practicing in a group, is definitely helpful for the amount of chi. Information, and having the right information, or having healthy information present, helps very much as well with the amount of chi, because it helps your mind to be open, your Shen to be powerful, ling, and present, and aware about some things that usually block the chi from being able to gather inside of you, or that block the chi from being able to flow freely. When someone decides to teach Ren Shui, what happens is that this teacher has to make a not so easy decision. I, for one, have worked a lot of time in tourism. So I know a lot about servicing the client. And it's nice. It is a nice feeling to help your clients. But when you teach Ren Shui, you have to look into the patterns around those kinds of themes. I am responsible for the chi field. I am the chi field builder, in which you are hanging out currently. And this chi field is built with the purpose to enhance wisdom and health and happiness. If I would simply direct my teaching towards servicing my clients, we would could all miss out. And I don't see you as my clients anyway. I see you as my students and as my fellow practitioners, as my fellow humans who are working together on life. And I also see you as asking support from me. So this is why my Shen decides, or is, decides on what I have to do, which day in the chi field. This is also the reason why I can't give you a forecast on what we will teach or what I will talk about or what will happen in the chi field, because I am building the chi field all week and I am observing what's going on in my students all week over. I'm observing what's going on in the chi field of Ren Yuan, of what is going on in the chi field of humanity, and I have to take all of this into account. And so I thank you for the respect and for your love that you bring to me, for that you allow me to freely to choose what I can teach or what I'm allowed to teach, or that you let me just do my work with the support that I have from you, and I hope it is the best possible support for you. This is something I did want to talk about since a long time, and I am very grateful for the opportunity that I got this opportunity to talk about it through the email, because I like responding to you. I like this interaction with you. This is what human meaning, being human, hold on. This is what it means to be a human being for me, interacting with my Shen and Qi, but interacting with your hearts and your Shen. So I will do my best to sometimes, like I always did, to have some Qi healings, to have some supplementary exercises, to do the longer practices, to give in information. I just feel very confident in putting very good information into the chi field. Very good means information that is beneficial for the development of health and happiness. And so I do put quite some effort into this, and I use quite some time for information. Because I do also perceive this opportunity as exactly that I can help you have a higher quality chi field at home and in your Shen and in your Dantian, so you can work with this and you can hang out in this chi field. And I feel very confident in giving out information and answering questions and help you along with this kind. And I am also very confident in your ability to practice by yourself. I know you all have found a lot of reasons to be working with the system Ren Yuan, and practice is one of them. And since we have Yuan Guang, it is beautiful to practice. So thank you very much for listening to me. And today, I have forgotten my clock. Today we are going to practice this little gift or this little surprise I have prepared for you. Since we all have learned Ren Yuan quite a while now, and I think all of you pretty much have now learned the practice, the whole practice, because you all have watched, or most of you have watched it, and most of you have practiced Ren Yuan often enough. Let me just open this. I have prepared one version of being able to practice in a group and more or less doing the same exercise at the same moment, but with a little less direction, so with a little less talking. So what you will hear today is simply the names of the segments and the names of the sections. And then you just go through the section until you hear the next name, and then you are just finishing on the right side and go over yourself into the transition to the next one. And then you simply continue in what you've just heard, which section you have just heard. So if you're doing the right, left, right, and so on, and when you hear raise the head, contract the body, you finish wherever you are towards the right with no hurry, and then you yourself self-sufficiently go into the transition, and then you start contracting the body, raising the head, and standing up big. And you do this as long until you hear rewatch it in full quality later on. So let me just check with my little leprechaun. That's something that happens sometimes, but it looks like it's still broadcasting. So let me have a look what's going on. This is the first time it happens in 2 months that my internet connection broke down.
You're back.
Am I back online?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Bye. What's going on today? Okay, so the incentive being for this to help you. So first of all, where was I? Right. I wanted to do something for the students who have been with me for longer already. So if you're very new to Ren Yuan, maybe use this opportunity to practice with open eyes and correct yourself according to what I am doing. Combine the movements, what I am doing, and just follow along and check up on yourself. If you know Ren Yuan very well, then I invite you to flow with Shin Fa today, freely and completely without any problem. Like not constantly listening to now turn your head down, up, left, right. You just have a little bit of a direction of which movement, and then you can completely feel and go in your own speed. You can go slow or fast, however you would like. So I recommend to you today to make very slow movement. Allow your Shin Fa to completely take over. And so you can totally experience how it is to work without direction all the time. You will also see that you will use your consciousness more aware and more awake. So you will see that you will be more in the Ling state, and maybe that's why you will feel more Shin Fa. So this is an in-between step to being able to work without CDs, which is how you should be practicing every day at home for the quality of your Shin Fa and the quality of the state of your Shen during your practice. It's just that here in class or on the retreats, we do need the group directive. But when you practice at home, you should be practicing from the power of your Shen, self-sufficiently, self-autonomously. And this kind of practice that we do today is, I have created, or I had this idea, and I hope I practiced this way last week and this week with my local class, and they have loved it. So I decided to do an English version as well. So it will support you towards self-authority and self-autonomy within your practice. And it will support you in getting into a deeper state. So I'm wishing you, so Hugo, today you get your wish granted. We're going to practice the whole hour. And since I have taken a little bit more time today, I now have to just change the version to do it without the integrated standing form. And I have made 2 versions, one with integrated standing form. So when you do the 3 circles, you have to do the whole thing by yourself. And then breathing in, and then do the circulating of the Shen. And then you come over and you circulate Qi 3 times, rubbing left, rubbing right. Yes? But you can always look what I'm doing. if you're lost. You can check up on yourself this way. But if you have practiced since a year now or since half a year, you will be fine. One more thing, when you come to Hershey hands, there is no verbal instruction to relax the whole body. This instruction has to come from your mind, and you have to relax your whole body without instruction. Okay, but this is what you're gonna do when you're in Hershey hands. If any of the versions are too long for you, just come to Hershey hands and take a little break. It is a little bit of a longer version. Okay, so let's enjoy. Please stand up. Put yourself into a good position.
Ren Yuan, the third method Yuan. You are within Qi, and Qi is within you. Adjust the body, the whole body centered and upright, feet apart at shoulder width. Stand in a natural posture, arms hang naturally, look straight forward. Draw the vision slowly back, close the eyes gently, thumb tip on the upper palate. Relax the whole body. Keep relaxing. Adjust the mind and build the Qi field. Awareness inside the body. Feel the emptiness and spaciousness within. Expand this awareness out, becoming one with the universe. Draw the awareness back to the body, calm and peaceful. Open to the universe with reverence and utmost Qi. Let the bright universe nurture the heart with compassion and love. Feel relaxed, free and joyful. Qi is flowing harmoniously and smoothly. Shin Fa, Shen, being calm, consciousness coming alive. Qi moving itself, body following Qi movement. All is unified and becoming one. Cloud hands to activate yin and yang. Segment 1. Turn heaven and earth, uplift, clear yang. Turn the head left, head centered. Turn the head right, turn the body, Turn the chest and the hips left. Turn the chest and the hips right. Hershey hands. Segment 2. Pull the bowstring. Raise the head. Strengthen the tendons and bones. Open the palms. Close the palms. Fists down, fists out. Rotate the wrists inwards. Rotate the wrists outwards. Open the bow and pull the bowstring. Raise the head and contract the body. Hershey hands. Segment 3. Auspicious dragon weaves through the clouds. Balance and harmonize the organs. Push the hands to the sides. Swirling dragon. Dragon offering pearls. Hershey hands. Segment 4. Bow body, young round body, unblock Chi channels. Stretch the arms, lower the back. Crane head, curl the body. Push upwards to the sky and yawn down the body. her, she, hands, segment 5, harmonize and smooth the whole body. She settles back, reach for the sky to fetch the moon, left, reach for the sky to fetch the moon, right, her, she, hands, lift and drop, tapping along the channels, Broad chin back in 3 circles.
Gather chi in your hands for the head and face. In tongue. Temples. Eyes. Airways. The whole face. Come chi through your head. By Hoi I Ching, vibrate chi to the center, from the ears. Massage the earlobes. Pull the earlobes. Gently open your eyes. How do you feel now after the practice? How did you like this version of practicing? I did my best to create a nice way of practicing. I would be very grateful for some feedback. If you didn't like it at all, or if you loved it, if you found it to be very helpful with Shin Fa, and that would help me a lot to see if I further use it in class. I did take a few minutes longer because of the technical difficulties, so I wish you a wonderful week and I see you next week. Thank you so much.